What happened in 2023? Let's look the key events happened in India. Sexual misconduct against BJP MP and Wrestling Federation of India Chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. 2023 kicked off on a rocky start as the country was hit by several Indian wrestlers levelling allegations of sexual misconduct against BJP MP and Wrestling Federation of India Chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Led by Vinesh Fogart, Sakshi Malik, and Bajrang Punia, several wrestlers staged a dharna at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi, demanding that WFI be disbanded, its president be sacked, and a probe be conducted into the matter. Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia was arrested. Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia was arrested after around 8 hours of interrogation by the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) regarding the alleged irregularities in the now scrapped Delhi excise policy. The chain of events culminating in Sisodia's arrest by the CBI began in July 2022, when Delhi Chief Secretary Naresh Kumar submitted a report to LT Governor Vinay Kumar Saxena, accusing Sisodia of providing undue benefits to liquor vend licensees in lieu of kickbacks and commissions, which were allegedly used by the Aam Aadmi Party in the Punjab Assembly elections. Rahul Gandhi's disqualification from the Lok Sabha. Elections in the Northeast and senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's disqualification from the Lok Sabha is what grabbed the headlines throughout March. The BJP emphatically won the Tripura Assembly elections and returned to power in Meghalaya and Nagaland as a junior partner in ruling coalitions. The party overcame a left Congress alliance and the Tipra Motha, which had emerged as a force to reckon with in tribal seats, to bag 32 seats in Tripura, one more than the majority mark. It retained power in Nagaland along with senior alliance partner Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party. In Meghalaya, the National People's Party emerged as the single largest party. Natu Natu from S.S. Rajamouli's RRR has won the Oscar in the Best Song category. India officially surpassed China to become the most populous country in the world. In April, the country also saw the encounter of a gangster-turned-politician in Uttar Pradesh and the arrest of a Khalistani separatist. While Atiq Ahmed and his brother Ashraf were shot dead in the presence of police personnel and media persons on 15th April in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, a few days later, radical Sikh self-styled preacher and Waris Punjab Chief Amritpal Singh was arrested by the Punjab police from the Moga district after a month-long chase. The month started off with violent clashes breaking out at various places in Manipur during the course of a tribal solidarity march called on 3rd May by the All Tribal Students' Union. The development reopened an old ethnic fault line in the state between the plain-dwelling Meitei community and the hill tribes. However, later in the month, India got a new parliament building embodying the culture, pride and spirit of the entire nation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech, the centerpiece and concluding note of the inauguration of the new parliament building on 28 May, sought to place this moment in a longer and wider national imagination. Built at an estimated cost of 971 crore rupees, sitting adjacent to the existing Parliament House, the building can accommodate 888 parliamentarians in the Lok Sabha and 300 in the Rajya Sabha, up from the existing 543 and 250, respectively. The Congress posted a thumping victory in Karnataka Assembly polls in May, returning to power in the southern state. The win was a shot in the arm for the main opposition after a string of electoral setbacks. The party managed to keep a united front despite having two strong contenders for the chief minister post Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar. After several rounds of talks, Mr. Shivkumar agreed to become deputy chief minister and Siddaramaiah made it to the top post. Over 280 people killed, more than 850 injured. India was mourning after a horrific collision involving the Chennai-bound Coromandel Express, the SMVT Bengaluru-Havda Express and a goods train took place near Behnaga Bazar station on 2nd June. The Coromandel, instead of going past the goods train on the main line, entered the loop and smashed into the goods train from the rear. Pictures from the spot show the Coromandel's locomotive perched atop the goods train. Tragedy continued into the next month for India as a video showing two women from the Kukizomi community being paraded naked by a mob of men and being sexually assaulted began doing the rounds, bringing to light an incident which took place in Manipur more than 2 months ago, when violence first started. Barely 2 days before a police complaint was filed in connection with incident, another zero FIR in another case was registered at the same police station in connection with the alleged abduction, rape and murder of two Kukizomi women. Added to this was Himachal Pradesh enduring a tumultuous period battling extreme weather situations leading to devastating landslides, widespread damage and collapse of several buildings. 3 spells of excessive rain wreaked havoc in Himachal. Extreme events such as flash floods, cloudbursts, landslides, subsidence, and sinking of land devastated lives and property, especially in Mandi, Kullu, Manali, Shimla, and in some parts of Kangra. According to the government's assessment, the state suffered a loss of 12,000 crore rupees. However, a silver lining to the tumultuous month was the launch of India's moon mission Chandrayaan-3 on 14th July. India was celebrating this month as its moon mission Chandrayaan-3 scripted history by successfully landing on the lunar surface on 23rd August. With the lander accomplishing a soft landing on the moon's south pole, India became the only country to have ever done so. On the political front, the Congress breathed a sigh of relief as their senior leader Rahul Gandhi returned to Parliament after the Supreme Court stayed his conviction in a 2019 criminal defamation case over his remarks on the Modi surname. The Lok Sabha Secretariat notified the restoration of Rahul's membership about 4 months after it was revoked. The G20 summit in New Delhi as leaders from the most powerful nations in the world flocked to the capital. The culmination of India's year-long presidency of the G20, the summit concluded with the adoption of a G20 leaders' declaration. India's presidency came at a time when the world was undergoing a geopolitical churn. The Russia-Ukraine war had impacted the global economy after 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic. The economic shock of these twin events had a deep impact on developing and underdeveloped countries. The war came at a time when these countries were just trying to get back on their feet with the post-pandemic economic recovery. It had been nearly 5 months since the first clashes broke out in Manipur during a tribal solidarity march, but the situation continued to remain tense. Intermittent violence, emerging from an ethnic conflict between Meitei and Kuki communities, has continued to keep the state on the boil, claiming over 175 lives and injuring more than 1,000. Over 70 people were killed, including army personnel, in Sikkim after the South Lhonak Lake, a glacial lake situated in the state's northwest at 17,000 feet, burst due to incessant rains, leading to the release of water in downstream areas. This caused the rise of water levels in Teesta River that flooded at least 4 districts, including Mangan, Gangtok, Pakyong and Namchi on 4th October. Later in the month, the Supreme Court unanimously declined to recognize same-sex marriages, saying it can only be done by the legislature and that any attempt by the court to do so would amount to encroaching upon the field set for the legislature. The month also saw a series of blasts at a Sunday prayer convention of the Christian denomination Jehovah's Witnesses near Kochi in Kerala. At least 7 people died and over 30 were injured. 1.4 billion people across the country suffered a heartbreak this month as India fell short of winning the ODI World Cup after a terrific campaign. For 40 nights since their first win against Australia in Chennai, India strode like the Invincibles, but would stumble on the 41st night to a tame defeat. The highlight this month, however, was the mammoth rescue operation to drill out 41 workers who were trapped following a tunnel collapse in Uttarakhand. A collective sigh of relief coursed across a nation after rescuers reached the 41 workers trapped, capping an operation that lasted over 400 hours. It was a test of resolve, grit and perseverance for those on both sides of the 57-meter of debris as the rescue operation suffered one setback after another. In the final lap over the weekend, the drilling machine gave way, and in the end, it was 14 rat hole miners who dug through the last 12. Parliament security breach. Shocking scenes played out inside Lok Sabha on 13th December when 2 intruders deployed colored smoke canisters and jumped from desk to desk. They were soon overpowered and put under arrest, as were 2 of their associates, who used colored smoke outside. The 4 have been charged under the stringent Anti-Terror Law, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. A total of 6 people have been arrested in this connection so far. Floating cars, submerged localities, Chennai battles floods in the wake of Cyclone Michu. Vijaykant died on Thursday, 28th December, morning at 71. From the country rejoicing as Chandrayaan-3 landed successfully on the moon to collective mourning during multiple natural disasters and heartbreak when India lost the Cricket World Cup Finals 2023 was a roller coaster ride for the country.